Good morning, viewers. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our channel, Datapoint Forex Academy. This morning, we'll be talking on how we can trade the evaluation and instant account. First, we're going to be looking at FundedNext as our view today. FundedNext is one of the prop firms that is well reliable and well consistent, well managed, and it has been often over the years paying out to traders effectively. So we decided to choose FundedNext because we feel it's important that we use one of the reliable prop firm to do our analysis. And most especially for those of us who actually did not know how prop firm works, we decided to choose it because it has less challenges, less consistency rule, less bottlenecks and all that. But don't know that it's 100% free. But on this channel, on this review, we'll be talking much about how we are able to manage that effectively and be a consistent and profitable trader. Now, let's move in. On this note, we're looking at instant and evaluation accounts. Now, instant account overview, direct funding, that is what it means by instant. No traditional challenge. You don't need to do any challenge when it's an instant account. Then the 6% trailing maximum loss is verified current product terms. For instance, if you are trading, you lose 1%, 2% to 6%, the account is lost. So on this case, it's just for 6% for instant account. The next, no traditional profit target. You are not going to be entitled to, you must make 1%, 2%, 3% before you withdraw. If you feel what you have on your profit is comfortable for you to apply for your withdrawal, you withdraw. But there is also a limited time you can ask for withdrawal, which is either bi-weekly or instant. So those things will be reviewed at the cost of this training. Now, no daily loss limit under the stated model. You don't have any daily loss like evaluation where you'll be given 5%, 3% or 4% depending on the kind of account you are trading. The withdrawals are subject to current account terms. Withdrawals stated here that they are subject to current account terms. That means it depends on the account you are choosing. If it's instant, instant has its own withdrawal terms. If it's evaluation has different account terms, and they also have different brand and product in each of these accounts. Now, the primary objective, protect the trailing drawdown. That is the best way. First, make sure your drawdown is properly managed and is not just overlooked. Now, the evaluation account is what we need to look at. We've just talked about the instant. We are still going to go back to the FundedNext page to look at details on how all these things we are explaining are a bit given out from the website directly. The two-phase evaluation, phase 1 and phase 2. What is phase? Phase means the period you are going to take a particular trade before you can be able to withdraw any profit. Now, phase 1 is profit target for 10%, while the phase 2 is target for 5%. That means total is 15% you are able to make before you can achieve your withdrawal. Now, the daily loss limit is 5% on this under the stated model, which is evaluation phase 2 and phase 3. Sorry, phase 1 and phase 2. Now, overall loss limit is 10. That means you must lose up to 10% before you can lose that account if you are not be able to manage it effectively. Minimum trading days is 5 per phase. That means you must trade 5 days on each phase. Phase 1, 5 days, phase 2, 5 days before you can qualify to withdraw. Evaluation fee may be refundable after passing subject to terms. Yes, most of these, sometimes they will tell you payment is not refundable based on one term or the other, but we'll look into that at the page if there's any rule that will guide us on that. Now, this is the key differences. Instant difference is challenge Why the evaluation, instant and evaluation. The challenge is for instant you have no face, while the evaluation you have two faces, some have one faces. Then on the other side we have profit target, no profit target, you can withdraw anything. On the evaluation you have 10% to 5%, which is total 15%. The daily loss, no daily loss. On the evaluation you have 5%. If you lose more than 5% in a day, your account is gone. Maximum loss, we have 6% trailing. What they mean by 6% trailing is that if you make, if you, let's assume you are taking 5,000 instant account and you have 500 as your 6%, sorry, as your total account for the next day. So that means your account is now 5,500. So the 6% of the 5,500 is your trailing drawdown. That means you'll be pursuing not to lose 6% of 5,500. While the phase two is 10%, the same way that is absolute, the same way for trailing, because they work hand in hand. Then the money for refund for your instant account is not refundable. Then for phase one or phase two is actually refundable. Most cases are refundable. Withdrawal subject to terms, withdrawal subject to terms. Yeah, because there are sometimes system might find out that you are doing something out of the requirements rules, you might be denied at that particular time. Now, risk management, instant, protect the 6% really. That means make sure you don't go below 6%, and your evaluation also respect daily and overall loss limit. The universal guidelines risk at least 0.5 to 1%. For me, I'm always looking at 0.5% per trade. Now, when you mean per trade, I also believe in a day you can't take more than 2, 3 trade. If most time I may have 2, 3, 4 trades running, but you find out that if you check the rate, the lot size, you find out everything is accumulated to either 0.5 or 1%. So I can't go below above that. Now, use stop loss. Yeah, it's always advisable. Stop loss is used at every point. You can also look at what is your target you are expected to meet and use your take profit so that you will always have targeted amount daily. For me, I always believe each of the accounts should have at least 2% profit to win, if in some cases 3% profit win. But if you're able to achieve 2%, maybe you are risking 0.5 to get to, you are fine. So that is the way I look at that. Then track equity, not only balance. Then the track equities are, you check how you run your balance each day. So today you might have 5,000, tomorrow you might have 5,300. But when you are on drawdown, that becomes something of concern that you must follow, right? Now, always never risk to recover a loss, because when the time you try to risk to recover a loss, you are now trading with emotion to see what you are able to do to recover. Once emotion comes into trading, the risk of losing that account will begin. So I always advise you don't trade with emotion. Be comfortable and consistent with what you do. That is the reason why in every risk management, the trading plan is important, that you must understand what you want and what you don't want at a particular time. Then the trading styles are also differ from each other. We have the scalping, the day trading and the swing. The fast trade, tight stop loss and rapid execution, that is for scalping. Then while the day trading, intraday setup with balanced exposure, swing trade, multi-day positions and patient execution. Then in some case, you choose the style that fits your schedule and personality. Do not change strategy emotionally after losing trade. This is where planners also come in. When you have a proper plan, you will know how to manage your trade effectively. Now, best fit for instant traders who want direct access without traditional challenge. I think I also buy into this fully. Traders confident in disciplined risk management. Those comfortable monitoring trailing drawdown. Day and swing traders may benefit from fewer unnecessary entries, best suited to traders who can protect equity consistently. So I think this is also fine for some of us who feel you don't need to overstretch yourself pursuing 15%, 10%. If you can be able to manage that effectively, let's assume you're having 2% every two weeks. In a week, you have 4%, you have a high account. Let's just say you have $100,000 account or $50,000 account instant. In a month, 4% is 2K, which is $2,000. That is okay. Somebody who is earning like 3.5 million naira as a Nigerian, or $2,000 as someone who is outside the country, or whatever you may be, that can be comfortably manage your home. And at the same time, I also advise you have two, three accounts, so that at any time you have one account getting to your limit or your plan, you suspend that account and move to another account, so that you don't go back to trade because you need extra money or you are idle, not having anything to do. Now, the best fit for evaluation: traders comfortable with structured rules. You must have a structured rules. That means you follow your strategy, you follow what the chart patterns is telling you, and your trend line, whatever strategy you trade. Traders who can work toward defining profit target. If you are able to define target of profit 1%, 2%, 3% at your planning, you will be able to trade evaluation effectively. Those who manage daily and overall loss limit carefully. Daily limit, overall limit, for as I said earlier, if I'm going to trade, or if I trade instant account, I could just use 0.5 to pursue 2% or 1.5%. Well, that gives me 1 for 2. And if you are doing that every day and you're able to maintain it, you find out that you can easily recover even if you are on drawdown for like 1% or thereabouts. They're suitable for traders who prefer a measurable challenge. Yes, if you want to actually follow a measurable challenge and you have a proper plan and a proper consistent rule, you will manage evaluation. Potential fee refund is subject to the current terms. Yeah, but in most cases you get your refund. That is always the case. Now, this evaluation has different type. We have different area where we can. Then let's go back to evaluation itself and let's see what we have. FundedNext. So the website is fundednext.com. So mind you, this analysis is just free because I feel it's important we understand how FundedNext work. So there is no paid advert or whatever it is. Now, what we have here, we have CFD, we have futures. Now, for me, I trade more of CFDs. I'll be explaining more of CFDs. And for those who also trade futures, maybe I could also look at futures to explain further for you. But on the CFD traders, which is the forex trader, we have Stellar 2 step. We also have Stellar 1 step. We have Stellar Light. We have Stellar Instant. Now let's look at their rate. At this rate, we have 200K for 1,099, which is 1,100. Then 100K, which is tagged as popular. Popular means the one people actually go for. That is 599.99. That is $550. While the 50K is 299, which is almost $300. Now, for 25K, we have 1.199, which is 200K, $200 for 25K. While we have 119, which is $120 for 15K account. While we have 59.99, which is 60K, $60 for 60K account. So all these are varies based on what account you feel you can trade. But if you look at it, they also have different percentage, or what I mean by percentage is that different face profit target. For, let's use account of 15K for instance. That gives us profit target, you have to pursue phase 1 8%, phase 2 5%, daily draw limit 5%, maximum loss limit 10%, then drawdown type static. What I mean by static is it also remains the way the 5%, that is what it means. Now, minimum trading days 5 days, news trading allowed, yes, but remember news trading sometimes they have to take 40% cap, that is what they will pay you. Now 15% performance reward, that means at the total of this, the 12% here, which is 8 and 15, you are going to get $292.50 as a refund. Now reset application means when you lose this, they can also allow you to take another account at the same rate. So you won't pay more than what you have paid. If it's on promo, you still have that. Now funded or reward rules, it still remains daily loss 5%, maximum 10%, reward share up to 95%. That is when you are funded now. Now subsequent withdrawal 14 days, refundable fee with first reward. That means they are going to add it to your first reward of your total account earn. Now news trading, you have 40%, while maximum risk you have 3% at any time. So you must manage at least 3% at a particular trade. Now merging rules, no. Weekend holding, yes. That means you can hold your trade over the week for people who are scalpers. Now let's check, this also apply to all instant account. Now let's check step 1. The one we just talked on is step 2. Let's say we're also using 15,000 account. On step 1, you're only running one step, you're not going to do 2 steps, which is just 10% profit target. Your daily drawdown is 3%, while the other one is 5%. Then the maximum loss is 6%, which means a day you can't trade more than 6%. Then drawdown static as is stated above. Maximum trading days 2 days. That means after 2 days you can't afford to withdraw whatever you have gotten. Now news is allowed. Performance fee, yes, is refundable with your performance fee. Reset is also allowed. So when funded, you have to have 3% daily drawdown, while your maximum loss is 6%. Now reward share up to 95%. First withdrawal 5 business days, subsequent withdrawal 5 days, refundable fee at third reward. That means you get your third reward as you get your reward on the third withdrawal. So this also be that you can't get withdrawal if you don't get to third. You can't get refundable if you don't get to the third withdrawal. So this is also a very strong term that you must be consistent and manage your plan effectively. Now, news trading is allowed, but 40% is going to be paid to you. Maximum risk at any time 3%. Margin on weekend also hold. Now let's check the next one, which is Stellar Light. Stellar Light, we are still going to use, okay, we don't have 15% on that. Well, let's use 15,000 account on Stellar Light. Let's use 10,000. On 10,000, you have phase 1 and phase 2, 8% and 4%. The amount is 59.99, and your average reward is 342.40. So on this, you have phase 1 8%, phase 2 4%, daily drawdown 4%, maximum loss 8%, static, yeah, on your drawdown, minimum trading days 5 days, news trading allowed, and also apply to funded. When you are funded, you have 4%, maximum loss limit 8%, reward share up to 95%, first withdrawal 21 days, subsequent withdrawal 14 days, refundable fee at your third reward. news trading profit 40%, maximum risk 3% at any time. So all these are still the same thing, but remember there is what we call add-on available. Add-on means if you have, where they said they will pay you a 95%, you might end up not getting up to maybe 80, 85. But when you do lifetime reward as 95, you continue to have add-on of that amount. No minimum trading days. If you want to cancel it, you add on. There are fees that will be added. By weekly reward, you can be added. Maximum loss limit can be added, and many others who are also part of it. Then I think they have EA and other demand that can also be added. So that is for Stellar Light. Now let's look at the major one, which is the instant account that we mentioned. We're also going to be using 10,000 account, which is 299, that is $300. For me, this is very fantastic and nice. If you have $300, you can plan yourself and have a proper way where you think you can trade effectively. Now, there's something I didn't mention, which is average reward based on FundedNext global average reward for specific challenges. So if you have any reward at any time, what they've just mentioned here for what you have gotten or whatever, you'll be rewarded based on what you earn. Now, on instant account, profit target is none, daily loss none, maximum loss limit is 6%. For this, I advise 0.5% is perfect, and take 2 trade a day, 2 strategic good trade a day. If you're able to move 1 to 2, 1 for 2, you are good. So that means you must be able to follow terms that can give you a consistent 1 for 2, 1 for 2. If you have 2% of $10,000, that is fantastic. And if your target plan for a month is, let's say, $5,000, or sorry, 50,000 for $10,000, let's say we are going for 5,000 profit. That is $500 every month. Or if you can be able to push it to 1,000, which is fantastic. Let's say you are doing pursuing 10 for $10,000 account, you are pursuing 10,000, $10, that gives you $1,000. If you have 3 accounts and you are consistently managing these 3 accounts effectively, that gives you $3,000 in a month. So that is fantastic. So I also want to advise that if you have funded account, try as much as possible to have at least one other direct account where you can be doing withdrawal, because sometimes bills can force you to be emotionally distressed and trading anyhow you don't want. So these are for CFD, and this is what we have for CFD. Now let's look at futures for those who might wish to trade futures. I really don't trade futures for now, but I intend doing that maybe with time. But for future account, you will have there's what they call legacy, flexi, and rapid. For legacy account, you have for 133, which is $134, no buffet, no DLL, no road, whatever. But I may not really talk much about this. Then we have legacy, we have rapid. So what I will do, if you are future traders, go to the account, check your flexi, check your legacy rule, check your rapid rule, so that when you want to choose it, they are very cheap. For legacy, you have 47%, while for flexi, you have 47% off, because they are doing promo now, which is $249 for 150K account. Then the other one is legacy, 47% off, which is 100K account. You pay 129, which is approximately 130. For rapid is 47% off, which is 50K account, and you have 69.9, which is $67. So the rules are also stated there. Profit 8% for flexi, and maximum loss 4%, daily drawdown none, consistency rule 40%, reset fee 278, that means you can pay for reset. No reset is allowed according to what it said here. On the So that means on your reset, you're not giving any promo. Now on your legacy, you have 5 days for reward. So no, when it's funded, you have for flexi when it's funded 5 days. The maximum loss you have 4%. Daily loss you have none. Consistency rule you have none. Consistency limit 8 minutes or 80 8 minus or 80 micros. Maximum withdrawal 4,000, reward share 95%. So the same way it goes to legacy, the same way it goes to rapid. I think rapid has special offer for people um who trade this. There is what they call daily wins. When you trade one day, you can get your payout that same day. So do check each of these accounts properly. Risk management is very key. All this explanation we have done on this analysis today are non-financial advice. Is just for educational purposes. So if you wish to follow us on all our activities like this so that you can continue to learn more about how to trade effectively, do click the links below and follow us, subscribe and share, like, so that when next we share this type of video, you will also have a way to benefit from it. Thank you so much and have a blessed week and week.